Alright. Pretty much decided to make this video since I got the time. You're tuned into the Dark Strategist channel. I am your boy, the Dark Strategist. And today I just decided to make this video like off the cuff. You know what I mean? Like no editing, no bullshit like that, you know, no takes. You know, you get what the hell you get. And I decided to do a review of the gaming laptop that I have because there might be some people out there that might be, thinking about saving up for a gaming laptop, for whatever reason. My reason specifically for actually doing it is because, one, I needed a desktop replacement because with me moving around so much and whatnot, not hardly ever being home or anything like that, I just don't have time to actually just go and get a laptop. You know what I mean? Besides, to be honest, I wouldn't even have time to even enjoy it. So I pretty much just decided to get a gaming laptop that's pretty much used for, desktop replacement and entertainment, and that's what I pretty much went for. But the laptop that I'm doing a review on is, let me get this bullshit out of the way. It's the Asus Republic of Gamers G752. Now you'll see some extra letters at the end, and that's pretty much the model number. And the one that I have is the VY-RH71. I'll get into what the difference is in a minute. But yeah, man. I'm just sitting here chilling, and so far I'm enjoying this laptop. I had it for about a month, and it hasn't, I haven't came across any, well, I'm not gonna lie. I came across at least one problem, but it turned out to be nothing. But other than that, I pretty much got the warranty on it and everything. So even if it does break or I run into any stupid ass issues, I can just easily trade it back in. No biggie. So, let me get into the specs of this damn thing. And as far as the price is concerned, you'll see what that is in a minute, unless they don't already have it. Look at that rape face. But so let me mosey on over here. And here we go. This is the Asus Republic of Gamers G752-VY-RH71 7-inch 0.3 gaming laptop computer. The color is copper and silver, and it basically has all the information that you need right here. Intel Icore 7 6th generation. I think it's a shit. Well, it doesn't matter. They pretty much just tell you. Right down here. And it has 16 gigs of RAM, which is also another reason why I got all these slots up. As you can plainly see, because I can have all these fucking tabs up. I said slots, tabs. I have all these tabs up, and the system hasn't slowed down in the least. And there's also another reason for that. So it has 16 gigs of RAM, and it can support up to 64 gigabytes of RAM, which is fucking awesome, I suppose. I don't know why the hell you would need that much RAM, but blat out, there it is, 64 gigs. Now, the reason why this model in particular is so fast and so responsive is because it has a 128 gigabyte SSD drive stuffed into it. And, you can see the picture right here. Also, on a side note, I'm on the Micro Center website. This is what they say it looks like, but this isn't really what it looks like. This is a model. This is a VT, which is a model below the one that I have. So, but you get the general idea about what it looks like. You see, really nice, you know, really nice look to it. Has a stealth fighter kind of look to it, silver and copper. A lot of people have said that the you know, the orange look right here is just plain ugly. You know, I didn't have a problem with it. I just thought, you know, fuck it. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's not like I'm going to be looking at it, you know, 24/7 or anything. You know, it's a change in color, because usually the Asus gaming laptop series, they tend to go for the red and black route, and they just decided to go for the silver route, right? So the model that you see here is the VT model. For some reason, Micro Center doesn't have an actual picture of the VY. I'll probably show a picture of that in a minute. But moving on to the specs, the display is a 17 by 13 inch screen, so it's a really big screen. Full HD IPS display, anti-glare, which means you know, you can turn it around and turn it to the sunlight or turn it to some light. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't have any glare to speak of, unless you really like you know, pull it into the light. You know what I mean? But it also has like a front camera, but you know, that comes with all laptops nowadays. And the video card is a NVIDIA GeForce GTX 980M 4GB DDR5. Now the model above this is a 8 GB card. I don't know if it's DDR5 or not, but it doesn't matter, because NVIDIA GTX the 980M card is pretty much the highest card as of now. It's the highest mobile graphics card that you can get on a laptop. You know, aside from the 970 and the 960M. For those who don't know much about you know, gaming laptops. You know, you have your ports and all that shit. You know, HDMI, USB 3.1. And audio jacks, you know, all that great shit. And of course the weight is going to be just a bit different. This one weighs 9.5 pounds, which is heavier than the VT model. The reason for that is because it has the SSD and the 980 graphics card just stuffed into it. So it's not a clunky laptop, you know, to say the least. But compared to the VT, it's a bit sleeker. The VT is a bit sleeker because it doesn't have all that shit, but the VY, you'll notice right away that it's a bit more clunkier to the VT if you ever had the VT first, like I did. Alright, so, and the reason why I said that this was going to be sort of a review and a discussion video is because, well, aside from me talking about the performance of this laptop, which I'll discuss in, you know, just a minute. You know, it's not going to take long. I wanted to get into how I got this laptop. Now, the laptop by itself, which it won't show the price, this particular model by itself is $1,699. In other words, you know, $1,699 plus tax. Now, I'm going to keep it real with you. I didn't pay that shit straight out of pocket. There will be no way in hell I would be able to save up enough money to even so much as do that. So this pretty much brings me to my next discussion. You know, if you could call it a discussion. You know, I'm practically just rambling. But so I started off with this one. Or was it this one? No, I didn't. I think this is the one that I started off with. No, actually no. I don't think it has it, but they're pretty much the same model. Pretty much. Unless this is the one. Because the one that I was after costed $799 plus tax, which basically was basically $850. Let's see. Well, shit, this one pretty much had the same specs as the old one, as the one that I started off with. Well, actually, no, it didn't, because I remember that this one had 8 gigs of RAM. Alright, well, I'm not going to deviate any longer. But, so let me get into some of the beastie things that this gaming laptop can do. Now, if you're planning on buying one and you just want to pay for it straight out of pocket, you can do that. But I want to get into how the hell I was able to get this laptop in the first place. Well, to make the long story short, I traded it up for it. And I got it, of course, from Micro Center. So if you have a Micro Center in your city, consider yourself very, very fortunate. Because you'll be able to do the same thing that I did. You'll be able to save yourself a lot more money. Well, I think you'll pretty much be paying this. Like, if you really do the math, you'll pretty much be paying the same amount. But, you know, you'll have a lot more time to save up in the meantime. So, this is the first model, the, G752-VY-RH71. Pretty much has all the same specs, but the only difference here is that it does not have a SSD inside of it, and it has an and the graphics card is lower. It has an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 970M 3GB DDR5. All right, and of course, same thing. Has the same picture here. If it can actually go to the damn thing. Oh. Yeah, so this is what the first model looks like. Pretty nice, if I do say so myself. And, after having this laptop at first, I can definitely say I was definitely pleased. Definitely has a nice design. Look like you're carrying a fucking TX1000 or something. Look like this damn thing's gonna transform any minute. Now, I guess I can give you my thoughts on how this laptop has pretty much treated me, and after having it for a month. There's really nothing much to say. It's been flawless. But I did have a bit of a scare though. This laptop, I guess they'll kind of get into the flaws of this laptop. Now, this laptop is a fingerprint magnet, to say the least. But the good side of all that is that you can easily just take a tissue or a rag or whatever and just wipe that shit off. It'll just come right off. It has like a nice little rubbery mattel kind of finish to it, so you can easily just with the way it's designed, you can easily just wipe that shit off. And I would wet it a little bit though before I decide to just go off and decide to the fuck is this? Nah, I'm finna go right here. There we go. Now, oh yeah, and the pads here, they're really responsive. They're really good. If you ever were planning to game on this damn thing and you were planning to use these, these are actually pretty fucking good. I never used them myself, of course, but there are people out there that want to use the mouse, or use this if they don't have a choice. But yeah, you can pretty much get by with this. Also, it has macro keys here. You can pretty much set the keys to launch any application that you want. At least 5 of them at the most. And on the side here is the recording button, because when you buy this laptop, you will come with a as is advertised, you'll come with a lifetime subscription to XSplit. XSplit and Gamecaster. They're pretty much the same thing, but I mean, I'm sort of confused on that shit because it says it's a lifetime subscription, and on the XSplit account there is a lifetime subscription, but you gotta actually fucking pay for it, and it costs you a lot of money. Forgot how much it costs, but I guess what they mean by a lifetime subscription is the fact that you can, you can pretty much just press the Republic of Gamers sign right here, and it'll take you to a really nice interface called the Gaming Center. And on the side there, you'll see like a little tab called the Gamecaster link, and you click that, and then it'll activate XSplit, and then bam, there you go. Now you can start streaming games and and all that jazz. That's how I was able to do my LPs for so long. But I'm not using a Gamecaster right now. I'm using Nvidia's GeForce Experience Shadowplay. So this is a different recording. This is a different recording period. Because had I been using Gamecaster, I wouldn't be able to show you anything that I'm doing on my laptop here. So, is it worth the money? Yes, it is. Will it be able to play the most latest PC games that came out as of this year and probably beyond that? Yes, it will. In fact, I've heard pretty good things. I heard that this laptop could, if you take care of it and you just, decide to stick with it, it could very well last you 4 years. So that is really, really good. Now, that's, I'm obviously talking about the VT version. But let's go back over here to the one that I have. This one in particular that I have is, aside from there's only the only really key difference is the video card and the SSD. There really isn't much. There really isn't much difference here. Still has 16 gigs of RAM, still has a 1 terabyte hard drive and whatnot. Now, the model above this one, which is the last model, is obviously a bit different, but this one costs $3,000 plus tax. And is it a beast? Fuck yeah! Just from the specs alone, it sounds OP as hell. But we're not gonna dive into that. Anyway, I'm gonna go over here. And just show you what the laptop actually looks like, because what they just showed you was some old bullshit. Yeah, here we go. All right, and this right here is what the actual laptop looks like. As you can see, the key difference here is that aside from the VT here, that has like a silver, has a silver finish on the screen, the one that I have, oh shit, what the fuck did I do? The one that I have doesn't. It's black, just all black. According to what it says, it's like a Mattel finish or whatever the fuck that's supposed to mean. And I'm not gonna lie, when I first opened it up and saw this, it seemed a lot smaller to me. Maybe it's just me, but it seemed like as if the screen's a lot smaller, but it's still 17 inches. It's just, like the makeup is just a bit different, I suppose. But taking a real look at it closely, I can see how the screen could appear bigger. And it's mostly because that since the VT here is a bit more flat, the screen's also going to be a bit flat as well. So that's the thing. You know, that's the key. Like, that's really the key difference here. Oh yeah, this is a shitty ass picture of it, unless it's not done loading. Yeah, you see that? This is mine right here, and as you can see, it's a bit bulkier. See? And also, since it has a 980M, it doesn't even say it. It just has the Vita GeForce, and that's it, because that's the highest graphics card you can possibly get. While this one, you know, specifically tells you have a 970M. But, you know, I went beyond that shit. So, yeah, and there you have it. That's what the laptop looks like. It looks fucking wonderful. It looks beautiful. I love looking at it every damn day. And it's definitely worth the money. I can't show any benchmarks or anything, but I can definitely say it definitely runs PC games to medium to high settings. You know, really great graphics, you know, definitely better than what I've ever seen on the consoles so far. But that's just my personal opinion. I'm pretty sure that, you know, that there might be some games on the consoles that look better on PC, but across the board, I've seen, from what I've seen, games look better on this fucking laptop. You know, not even gonna lie to you. And when I did some emulations, you know, as you can see in my LPs, the game looked nice. The game looked crisp. You know, I had these, you know, when I did my Grandia Extreme Let's Play, I had the resolution all the way up to 8. You know, when I experimented with that with other laptops that I had before this one, you know, it would slow down. It wouldn't even go up to 8. But, you know, this laptop tears through emulators like it's nothing. You can pretty much play a lot of emulators on this thing at max settings and not have any slowdown. Now, there are settings higher than that, but, you know, only desktops can only do that much power. But, I mean, you don't really need to fucking bring it all the way up there like that. It's pretty much good where it's at. So, but yes, this laptop is definitely worth the money. I enjoyed it. You know, I haven't came across any fucking problems with it, aside from that one scare that I had. Like, I took a damp rag, right? And it wasn't a damp rag, like, it was just a wet rag. I wrung it out. It was just a wet rag, and I just started, you know, doing what I usually do with it. I started wiping it down lightly on the keyboards, you know, and everything was just fine. And then all of a sudden, and I had a bit of a scare, and it wouldn't turn on anymore. So I was like, what the fuck is happening? Turns out it was in sleep mode the whole damn time. So yeah, sometimes your laptop will do that shit. But I never did an unboxing video or anything like that. I don't really plan on to. It's pretty much too late at that damn point. If you want to see unboxing videos of this shit, just look it up and you'll see for yourself. This laptop is definitely great for when you're on the go. And if you're like me and you just don't have time to be sitting at home, you know, like, you're just not gonna have any, you're not gonna have any time to, you know, be home all like that, because you may have work, you may have other obligations, some shit like that. Get this laptop if you can. Now, if you're looking for a more budget friendly laptop, I can definitely suggest you some. Alright, and let me go over here right quick. Damn, I feel like I'm on an epic mission and shit. Hey, don't ask what the fuck I'm listening to. I already know you're asking. Don't worry about it. It's just some fucking epic music. Just roll with the shit. Alright. Yeah, These are pretty much some budget-friendly gaming laptops that they have here at Micro Center, like the Asus Republic of Gamers ZX50-MS71. It's a 15-inch. You know, has 8 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte hard drive, and the Nvidia GeForce 960M 2 gigabyte DDR5. You'll be able to run some PC games on this thing for sure. So, you know, it probably won't be at the same settings as mine, but you know, the fact is, it will run, and that's the point. Because the GTX 900 series is pretty much the highest class of mobile gaming cards that you can get. And let's see what this baby looks like. Yeah, you'll have to save up at least around $800 just to afford this little thing. And it looks nice. You know, I'm not gonna lie. Has a nice back to it too. Really nice finish that I'm pretty sure lights up and everything. And the fact that it's 15 inches makes it, you know, makes it easy to carry around, you know, because I'm not gonna lie to you, man, this fucking laptop is fucking massive. All right, I had to buy me a huge ass bag just to get this shit in here. It costed me $179 to buy that shit, and it's basically just for 18-inch laptops, if there is such a thing, which there isn't, you know. But yeah. But so far, I'm really happy with my purchase, and the amount of games that I'm able to play on here are just so vast and so massive that I'm practically overwhelmed. I don't even know what the fuck I want to play. Honestly, I've mostly just been fucking around with some PS2 games and whatnot. Like, I haven't even dived into the whole library. Like that, man, that would take fucking forever. So I basically just stuck with the games that I know I would have time, you know, to enjoy on a casual basis, and just basically just went for that shit. What the fuck is this? Oh yeah, illusions again. Nah. I've been watching you. Yeah, I think that's pretty much my review. I'll catch you guys later.